What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Spade here. Welcome to just a little Pokemon talk, I guess you could call it. I wouldn't really call it a theory or anything. It's more or less an argument between how when it comes to Paul training versus Ash when he's training. And I know this has been kind of nagging at me for a little bit. So I've been wanting to talk about it for a little while. I've been watching Pokemon Diamond and Pearl lately, if you couldn't tell by me making AMVs. Well, at any rate, let's just get started. Overall, as trains, is Pokemon pretty much the same way Paul does, but yet Ash denies all of it. Ash pretty much complains at Paul all the time for entering this tournament or entering this sport just to power up one in particular Pokemon or two. And Ash just complains about it, even though Ash does the same thing, it's just in different events. Ash did a few Pokemon contests. He's done Pokemon Ping Pong. Yeah, I think that's actually the name. I was thinking Pokken Pong or something. Anyway, at any rate, Ash also does something along those lines. Just to power up or to train, or to at least get to know one of his newer Pokemon, and to get them stronger. But yet, that's the same thing that Paul basically does. Even though Ash just bitches to Paul about entering tournaments to power up Chimchar or to power up Electabuzz or whatever. And the thing is, Ash pretty much tells him a few things he did here and there to Paul acting all friendly. And then he just snaps and confronts him. And that's basically the same thing I'm doing, he says. And honestly, even though Paul's my favorite Pokemon rival and character, I honestly not really picking favorites. I just agree with Paul that Ash is doing the same thing Paul's doing. The only difference between the two of them when it comes to training, Paul is more hardcore and punishes his Pokemon a lot easier, if that makes any sense. To where Ash goes all out in training and comes up with new techniques and battling styles like Paul. The only difference is Ash thanks and congratulates his Pokemon for doing a good job. Paul just pretty much talks down to them and that's it. So overall, I'm on the side of Paul when it comes to Paul versus Ash. Does Ash and Paul train the same? Yes. Even though Ash denies all of it, deep down, he has to know he's doing the same thing. He just doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit he's basically doing the same thing Paul is. At least that's my opinion. Overall, what side of this little debate are you on? Are you on Paul's side that Ass is doing the same thing just about that Paul is doing? Or are you on the side of Ass denying that Ass does the same thing as Paul? Which side are you on? Let me know in the comments. Either or, that's all I've got to say on this topic. I've been wanting to do this for a while, like I said earlier. So, yeah, let me know what side you guys are on in this little argument, I guess you could call it. When I look at it, I'm on Paul's side. Ass is doing the same thing Paul is, in my opinion. Either or, I would go into further depth into this, but I'm not exactly done watching the anime. I'm 130 episodes in right now, out of 191, technically 190, since I skipped 120, since it was basically just a flashback episode starting from the beginning of the series straight up to here and now. I hate episodes like that. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me know what side you're on. I'm curious to know. Either way, I'll see you guys next time.